Grid News. I am Katheryn Llewellyn.
I'm Zack Haiku.
Our top stories. Linden Dollar transactions disrupted. Second Life reports a major Linden Dollar transaction incident affecting marketplace, in-world payments, vendors, and LindX services. Meet with the Lindens continues at SL23B. Product engineering and Philip Rosedale sessions bring updates on Second Life future. Zindra expansion moves forward. New adult-related regions are visible on the map as Linden Lab continues to work on the continent's planned expansion.
Hello and welcome to ATG Grid News.
We begin with a major service issue affecting Second Life's economy. Second Life Grid Status reported an incident involving Linden Dollar transactions across the platform. The issue affected several key services, including marketplace purchases, Linden Dollar transfers and buys, in-world purchases, object payments, scripted vendor purchases, skill gaming, LindX purchases, and process credits. At one stage during the incidents, residents were advised to avoid making or attempting Linden Dollar transactions, while Linden Lab investigated the problem. The warning was significant because Linden Dollar transactions are central to daily Second Life activity. They affect shoppers, creators, event vendors, landlords, scripted sales systems, marketplace merchants, clubs, roleplay communities, and residents transferring money between accounts. Grid Status later reported that a fix has been implemented and that residents should begin to see Linden Dollar transactions return to normal. Linden Lab said it would continue monitoring the situation and reviewing the impact of the issue, including previously affected transactions. For residents and merchants, the main advice is to check transaction histories carefully, watch for marketplace or scripted vendor issues, and follow Grid Status for further updates if anything appears incorrect.
The SL23B Meet the Lindens series opened this week with Second Life founder Philip Rosedale, also known as Philip Linden. The session took place on Monday, June 22nd, as part of Second Life's 23rd birthday celebration. Philip appeared in conversation with Brett Linden, answering pre-submitted questions and questions from the audience. The discussion focused less on immediate product announcements and more on the larger history and future of virtual worlds. Philip reflected on the original idea behind Second Life, describing how the platform began with ideas closer to an artificial life simulator before evolving into a world shaped by residents, creativity, avatars, communities, and human interaction. He also spoke about what makes virtual worlds meaningful. One of the clearest themes was that a virtual world is not just technology or scenery. It is a shared space between people. The session also looked forward. Philip discussed the role of nonverbal communication in virtual worlds, including body language, expression, eye movement, and emotional cues. He argued that better transmission of those signals could make avatar-based communication more natural and help virtual worlds grow. The session also touched on artificial intelligence, with Philip saying future AI characters may become meaningful participants in online communities, while distinguishing that from current AI systems. For SL23B, the Philip Rosedale session served as both a birthday reflection and a reminder that Second Life's future is still being discussed in terms of people, presence, identity, and shared experience.
The SL23B product team session brought updates on several issues residents regularly raise with Linden Lab. The session featured Grumpy Linden and Cure Linden, with discussion covering land pricing, mainland, premium subscriptions, SL Mobile, Project Zero, bots and scripted agents, support, and resident feedback. On land pricing, Linden Lab acknowledged that the cost of land has long been one of the biggest barriers to participation in Second Life. The product team said that Linden Lab has reduced land prices across private regions and mainland over the years, while also trying to keep Second Life's broader economy sustainable. Mainland was described as a core part of the Second Life experience. Linden Lab said it continues to look at ways to make mainland more attractive while preserving its open and less controlled character. Subscriptions were another major topic. Premium price increases and Premium Plus benefits were discussed, including the Premium Plus no stipend option. Linden Lab said subscription value is still being reviewed, with the company looking at how different kinds of residents use their plans. The product team also addressed Project Zero, the browser-based access experience. This session summary says the project worked technically, but was too expensive to operate. Linden Lab said it expected conversion of new users into returning residents did not happen at the level that made the project sustainable. On SL Mobile, the team said the goal is not to full desktop viewer parity. Instead, Linden Lab is building mobile as a complementary experience, especially for staying connected, reading chat, communicating with friends, shopping, changing appearance, and managing parts of the resident experience away from the desktop viewer. Bots and scripted agents were also discussed. Linden Lab said it's not currently looking to address bot activity broadly, but reports are being reviewed and bots are still expected to follow the scripted agent policy, terms of service, and community standards. The session also covered support. Linden Lab described support as including customer success, trust and safety, and the LAN team, with resident feedback helping shape how these teams operate.
The SL23B engineering team session focused on the technical side of Second Life's feature. The session covered PBR, graphics performance, OpenGL, region crossings, WebRTC voice, Lua scripting, Linux support, marketplace moderation, inventory, and the use of AI tools. On PBR, Linden Lab acknowledged that the rollout created performance and accessibility concerns for some residents. The engineering team said one lesson was the need to get a larger and broader group of residents testing major viewers changes sooner. Linden Lab also said PBR is here to stay, but performance improvements and corrections will continue. Viewer performance was another major topic. The engineering team pointed to multi-threading as one of the areas where the viewer needs to improve. Modern computers often have many processor cores, but the viewer has not fully caught up with that reality. The team also discussed the limits of OpenGL. The Linden Lab said it is actively looking at how to move beyond OpenGL, but stressed that Second Life is not a simple platform to render. Any change must preserve compatibility with more than 2 decades of resident-created content across many kinds of hardware. Region crossings were discussed as a long-running challenge. Linden Lab described the issue as complex because crossings, teleports, and logins touch many different systems in the viewer and on the server side. On WebRTC Voice, Linden Lab said the system has many moving parts, including servers, simulators, viewers, and release cycles. Region crossing disconnects can still occur, and residents were encouraged to file bug reports when they encounter specific voice issues. The session also gave updates on Lua scripting. Linden Lab said Lua is available in some regions for testing and is looking good for deployment later in 2026, though no firm timeline was promised. Linux users also received news. The engineering team said Linux support will return and is expected to debut with the Lua scripting viewer. The session also addressed AI. Linden Lab said it has no plans to use generative AI to create content for Second Life, but AI tools may be used where appropriate in workflows such as security, code audits, customer support, marketplace monitoring, and voice-to-text transcription.
Daniel Voyager has published an SL23B By the Numbers summary, giving residents a clearer view of the scale of this year's birthday celebration. SL23B includes 73 birthday regions. Woo! That total includes 24 shop and hop regions, 19 exhibitor regions, and additional regions for performance spaces, welcome areas, stages, infrastructure, and special attractions. The celebration includes 232 exhibits from 550 exhibitors. It also includes more than 600 live events across 5 performance stages. The Shop and Hop features 480 creators. These numbers show why SL23B is not just a single event. It's a multi-week celebration involving residents, creators, merchants, performers, community organizations, Linden Lab, and volunteer teams. The official celebration opened on June 18th and continues through July 19th, while some entertainment schedules and limited time activities run on a shorter timeline. For residents still planning visits, the practical advice is to use the welcome area, the official calendar, and destination links to plan around the busiest regions and events.
Two later opening SL23B attractions are now available: the Tapestry of Time exhibit and the Shining Stars collection hunt. The Tapestry of Time is a Second Life history exhibit tied to the birthday celebration. It gives visitors a way to look back at the platform's past while attending this year's Golden Age of Hollywood themed event. The Shining Stars collection hunt opened on June 24th. Residents can pick up the official hunt HUD from the welcome area, then search SL23B celebration regions for hidden stars. As stars are found, residents unlock rewards connected to the hunt. SL23B also includes other gift opportunities, including Swaginator gifts, premium gifts, and exhibitor gifts in the official gift area. This is a useful follow-up for residents who visited SL23B on opening weekend. Some attractions opened later than the first day, so a second visit may reveal activities and rewards that were not available at the start.
The SL23B Golden Ticket Giveaway is now active. The promotion runs June 22nd through July 14th. Residents can enter by visiting participating SL23B regions and clicking official Golden Ticket kiosks. There are 5 kiosks, and eligible residents can enter once per kiosk per day. Linden Lab says there will be 23 Golden Ticket winners. Each winner will be invited to take part in a live prize event, where they will choose from 23 golden prize boxes. 22 of the boxes will contain 10,000 Linden dollars. One box contains the grand prize of 1 million Linden dollars. No purchase is required to enter, but eligibility rules apply. For residents visiting SL23B, the key point is that this is a daily entry promotion. Anyone interested should check their official rules and visit the kiosk while the giveaway is active.
Second Life Newser has published a field report on the SL23B Shop and Hop. The Shop and Hop is one of the largest commercial parts of the birthday celebration, with 480 stores across 24 regions. This year's shopping regions follow the Golden Age of Hollywood theme, with decorations, gifts, and discounts throughout the event. The Newser report gives a visitor-focused view of the Shop and Hop rather than simply repeating the official numbers. That is useful because many residents approach SL23B through shopping first, then move into exhibits, performance, hunts, and community regions. The event is large enough that residents may need multiple visits to see everything. Region traffic can also be heavy during peak times, especially when residents are collecting gifts or visiting popular creators. For shoppers, the practical advice is to plan time, use the official region list, and remember that the Shop and Hop is only one part of the larger SL23B celebration.
Daniel Voyager reports visible progress on the planned Zindra expansion. New adult-rated regions have appeared on the Second Life map as part of Linden Lab's work to expand Zindra. Earlier this year, Linden Lab said about 90 new regions would be added to Zindra, while the unconnected Geta 1 landmass would be phased out. Daniel Voyager reports that the new Southeast expansion area remains a work in progress, and that completion is expected before the end of 2026. Zindra is Second Life's adult-rated mainland continent, so expansion there matters to residents and businesses that depend on adult land, adult venues, adult commerce, and mainland access. The appearance of new regions on the map does not mean every part of the expansion is ready for public use. It does show that visible work is now underway. For landowners, residents, and renters, watching mainland development, Zindra is one of the clearest current examples of Linden Lab making physical changes to the grid.
Second Life Mobile was discussed again during SL23B week. Daniel Voyager's SL23B mobile update and the Meet the Linden product session both point to the same direction. Linden Lab is building mobile as a complementary experience, not as a full replacement for the desktop viewer. The current focus is performance, stability, and predictable operation. Mobile already allows residents to stay connected in ways that were not possible with the traditional desktop-only experience. Linden Lab's product team said mobile is not expected to become the main way residents create content, upload assets, or do complex building work. Instead, mobile is being shaped around communication, connection, shopping, avatar customization, and being present in Second Life when away from the desktop viewer. The development goal is not just to copy every desktop feature, it is to decide which parts of Second Life make sense on a mobile device and improve those experiences over time. For residents, the practical takeaway is that SL Mobile remains an active development priority, but expectations should stay realistic. It is a companion to the viewer, not a replacement for it.
Inara Pay's Week 26 Simulator User Group Summary gives another technical update for residents following server-side development. The report notes that Loganberry RC is now grid-wide and that the next simulator update is called Mango. Lua scripting continues to move forward and is approaching release quality, though it remains a development project. WebRTC voice-to-text remains experimental. The meeting also covered ongoing work with IM chat failures and teleport disconnect issues. Simulator user group meetings are especially relevant for scripters, estate owners, region managers, vehicle users, and residents who follow technical changes before they reach the wider grid. They also give more detail behind some of the larger topics discussed at Meet the Lindens. In this case, the repeated appearance of Lua, WebRTC, teleports, and simulator updates shows that Linden Lab's current development work is not limited to viewer-side graphics. Server and scripting changes remain active areas as well.
A new Firestorm VR Mod build has been posted for residents interested in using Second Life or Open Simulator with a virtual reality headset. Austin Tate's blog reports that Firestorm VR Mod 7.2.4 is based on Firestorm 7.2.4.80712 and adds VR headset support through Steam VR. The post describes Firestorm VR Mod as a version of the popular Firestorm Viewer with modifications for VR head-mounted displays. This is an experimental community-supported viewer build. It is not supported by the core Firestorm team. The current build is for Windows only and is available as either a setup installer or a drop-in installer for an existing Firestorm 7.2.4 release directory. The post also notes support for WebRTC voice services, while Vivox Voice remains available on regions still using it. Because this is an unofficial and experimental viewer option, residents should treat it as a specialist tool rather than a standard Firestorm release. For VR users, however, it remains one of the more visible community efforts to keep headset-based access available for Second Life and Open Simulator.
Daniel Voyager has also published an update on Second Life daily user concurrency. The report lists daily concurrency levels in the range of roughly 26,000 to 44,000 residents. The highest June maximum listed so far is 44,931, recorded on June 7th. Daniel Voyager also notes that the concurrency may increase during SL23B's celebration period. Concurrency is not the only measure of Second Life's health, but it remains one of the clearest public indicators of how many people are logged in at the same time. The numbers are especially useful during major events, such as SL23B, because large celebrations, shopping events, music programming, and community activities can affect daily traffic. For residents tracking platform activity, the current concurrency update fits alongside recent region statistics and this week's SL23B attendance-related activity.
Pride Month continues across Second Life with several active events and destinations. Linden Lab's latest Pride Roundup highlights the Collab Circle, running from June 20th through July 10th, with music, community events, themed experiences, exclusive releases, and gifts for Premium and Premium Plus members. Second Pride continues through June 28th, with more than 100 live performances across 3 stages, along with shops, rides, photo opportunities, and community activities. London Town Pride continues through June 30th with live music, DJs, shopping, LGBTQ plus history displays, entertainment, and social spaces. Linden Lab also highlighted Pride at Home, Relay Rainbow, and Guy Magazine Pride in Space. Some Pride events have already ended, but several destinations and community spaces remain active into the end of June or beyond. For residents, this is a reminder that Pride in Second Life is not limited to one event or one weekend. It is spread across multiple communities, venues, organizers, and destinations throughout the month.
The Zany Railway is also marking Pride Month. ZZR reports that the Pride train is running, with Llewellyn hauling the train for the month. This is a lighter community item, but it adds to the wider picture of Pride activity across Second Life. The railway gives residents another way to experience a themed Pride Month through travel, exploration, and community infrastructure. Second Life's railways remain an important part of the mainland exploration for many residents, and themed trains give those systems a seasonal community presence. For residents interested in rail travel, the ZZR Pride train offers a small but visible Pride Month addition to the grid.
IndieSpectrum Radio is part of this year's SL23B celebration. The SL Inquirer carried a release announcing IndieSpectrum Radio's partnership with Linden Lab for the birthday celebration. Linden Lab's own SL23B coverage also notes that IndieSpectrum Radio is providing a live audio stream featuring artists from the Second Life music community. That partnership matters because music remains one of the strongest parts of Second Life culture. SL23B includes more than 600 live events and performances, and a dedicated music stream helps connect residents to performers even when they are moving between regions, exploring exhibits, or unable to enter a full venue. For musicians and fans, the IndieSpectrum Radio partnership adds another layer to the birthday celebration's performance schedule. It also shows how resident-run media and music organizations continue to support major grid events. That's all for today's edition of ATG Grid News.
I'm Katheryn Llewellyn.
And I'm Zack Haiku.
Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to
enjoy the grid.